the number one thing, well, I just shouldn't say these are in no special order.
no special order.
But the first one I want to speak about is just trying to do everything at one time. What do I mean by that?
So the 6 mistakes, I guess the
made.
six most recognized mistakes or most common mistakes.
6 top ones. These are the ones that I've seen over my years people just make mistakes at. And like the number one thing, well, I just shouldn't say these are in no special order.
No special order.
But the first one I want to speak about is just trying to do everything at one time. What do I mean by that?
I don't know. I trying to do it all at one time.
It's like, so when I first got started investing in real estate, I tried learning lease options, wholesaling, fixing and flipping. You
didn't dial in on one niche.
And I tried like setting my whole company up at the same time. Like it was
like business cards, phone numbers, websites, and you didn't even have a deal. You had nothing to
You're
flip.
Right, exactly. And that's
what everybody does with any kind of business, you feel like.
But I tried doing just everything at once, and I tried setting up the rehab department. I tried doing the fix and flip side. I tried raising money. Like I tried doing everything, and the number one thing I should have done was just go out and get a deal.
Get a deal. And you always say that to everybody I hear you talk about.
Get a deal.
And the thing, and what that relates to in my mind is the one thing that most people, one mistake that they make is not taking action. Like they literally will do everything related to having a business, but not that one most important thing in taking action.
Yeah, it's important.
It happens with, how many people do you speak to that are like, I've been wanting to flip for years and I've been thinking about doing this, and I even got a business card, I got a website, I got an LLC, I got everything set up, and you're like, great, how many deals have you done? None. Right. Oh, well, how many deals are you working on? Are you working on something? You got something in your pipeline? No.
Nothing. I got nothing going on. But I have a website.
But they have the website, the phone, the business card.
Yeah, so trying to do everything at one time, trying to eat the elephant in one sitting. If you're trying to grow this business and you're not just doing a deal, you want to grow, just know it's going to take you time. You have to do a little bit each day. And in time, you'll set the foundation. You start your company and eventually get to a point where you could scale it and you won't have to be there anymore. But it takes time.
Absolutely.
It's not easy.
Any business, anything takes time.
Yeah.
You don't become an expert overnight.
Yeah, and this is actually number 2, trying to be the jack of trades of all but mastering none.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
So, when people get into this business, they'll go down so many different roads. Like I go to a lot of seminars and I go to a lot of masterminds. And when I was first starting off, everybody that I would meet, they were doing everything. They were doing the lease options. They were learning how to do apartment buildings. They were learning how to do wholesale. They were learning how to do rehabs. They were learning how to do buying subject to. They were learning all these different trades, but they weren't actually doing they were doing nothing well.
Yeah.
And so when you get a lead in and you're trying to figure out how to do everything, you do nothing well.
And I interpret this as 2 things. That, obviously, not doing that one niche, and then also a huge mistake they do is they'll go in and think that they're going to find the deal, lock it up, they're going to rehab the deal, they want to do the whole entire deal, and then they got their full-time job, then on the part-time, hours, late nights, weekends, they're trying to hammer a nail.
Yep.
And it just doesn't get done right.
Yeah. If you're getting into this business, you got to get into it as a business. If you get into it and think you're going to start like hammering nails.
Unless you have a construction company.
Different story.
But if you're just, Joe that, works at a restaurant, say, server, and he wants to start investing in real estate, and all of a sudden he says at nights and weekends, I'm going to start, renovating these homes, it's gonna discourage you beyond belief.
Yeah. I did it when I first started. I went out there and I was actually working on the house. I think my first deal, I'm like, I'll never do this again.
Working on the house.
And everybody working on the house. My parents were
your
out
mom
there cleaning
talks
it.
about
I think she was demoing the property.
Oh my goodness. But yeah,
just,
a lot of people do make that mistake because they think they're going to cut corners.
Yeah.
They think, hey, if I do the work myself, I know how to tile. I know how to do this. And they may have some experience because they may have done a backsplash in their own house.
They think they're saving money, they're actually losing money.
And they're losing it.
Because you're doing a $25 trade where you could be making tens of thousands of dollars on the deal, but you're out there
finishing it quicker.
It just doesn't make any sense.
No.